talking about like fonts and having to choose fonts and just like being thrown into a world that you just don't understand sometimes, that you never knew that, you know, there was this much thought into it. Like I remember like recently, this is like going off on a tangent, but I remember recently I've just like had like a binge, not really a binge, but just like had my recommended taken over by these really weird keyboard ASMR videos. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I think I've seen a couple of them.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
Because how I basically discovered it was just this random keyboard video, right? And I was just like, why is there a keyboard video of just someone typing on my timeline? So I click on it just because I think the video title was just listen to the sound of this keyboard or something like that, right? And it was just like him like or like him or her like just pressing the keys, right? And the title was just listen to the space bar, right? And it was pressing the keys, right? And then he goes to the space bar. And it just sounded like a space bar. I was like, it's just a space bar. And then I go to the comments section to be like, what's going on? And all of the comments were just like, I was having a nice time until you pressed the space bar, and then I vomited. And it was just like the vomit emote or something like that. And I was just, I've never been put into a world that I just did not understand.
Well, I mean, like, I kind of felt that when, I think it was Connor, right, who got like, I think one of your fans made like a custom keyboard.
Yeah.
But then they also, you know, with the custom keyboard, which looked sick as fuck, there was also this like other smaller keyboard where you could test out.
Oh, that was gone.
Oh, that was
gone.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
where it was like a smaller keyboard where you could test out all the different types of keys. And like hammers, and I'm just like, what's the difference? Like I touched all of them, and I was like, half of these sound the fucking same.
I think they, as someone who's like using one of the expensive keyboards, because only because it was given to me, I would never have gone out my way and paid that much. To me, it was all the same.
Yeah.
Now I get it because I use it. Yeah. Before I didn't understand what the difference was.
Yeah.
Right.
But I really like the smoothness and like the subtle clicks.
Yeah. Now that I've watched,
it's a very slight click, but it's really nice.
Yeah. Now that I'm like 20 keyboard videos down, I kind of get it. There's like a nice. There's like it's like the thonk sound, right? It's the thonk sound where it's.
Do you though, or have you just been conditioned?
Maybe I've just been conditioned.
Listen,
I feel like
I'm one of you. Cherry MX Brown switches can suck my dick. There you go. Welcome, keyboard enthusiasts. Yeah,
I'm like
the Cherry switches. I can actually tell they fucking suck now. I used to have it.
What's it? Wait, let's tell me. Like, why?
Well, it sounds like a car crashing every time you fucking press it in. It's so goddamn loud and clicky.
Oh, you mean like the clicky ones?
Super clicky.
Okay, fuck those ones. Fuck.
Right.
They've like I had one in my old office in the UK, and since I went back to the UK,
It's probably the
I had
Cherry
it.
Brown MX switches. They're like the cheapest.
I think it's like the cherry blue switches.
Okay.
Yeah. The Gatreon ones. The Gatreon is like Gatreon's where is that, man?
I've got the Gatreon black ink ones.
Oh, that's a good one.
And it's
that's
like
a good one.
it's like it's fucking good. It's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I really like the Gatreon like milk yellow. I believe it's literally called milk yellow or something milk because it just has this like nice little thonk to it, and it's nice. It's like ASMR, right? It's so smooth and it's milky. It's like milky.
It just sounds like One Piece arc.
The guy
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He told me like what lube he used, and I was like, I didn't need to know what you jacked off with, but I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So to explain, like, I'm also getting a custom keyboard made because a fan messaged me.
Yeah.
But like,
Dude, I mean, like, I did pay for this thing.
Yeah. So he was like, "Oh, do you want to get a keyboard made for you?" And it's being in the process of being made, and I was just like, "Yeah, sure," thinking that he was just going to send something that he recommended, and he was like, "No, we're going to do the entire process."
Right.
Like, what kind of keyboard do you want? Do you want like a 100%? Do you want a 75%? Do you want a like a 50%? I was just like, "What? You are saying numbers right now. It's a keyboard. What are you talking about?"
Can I have a full 100% keyboard? I want a keyboard and I want every part there.
Yeah. Why would I only need 75% of the keyboard? Like, give me the whole thing.
I don't like the number pad and all that shit on the side. I don't.
I used to not care, but now that I have a keyboard that doesn't have a number pad, I understand why it's unnecessary to have it. Because I realized until it was gone, I never fucking used the number pad.
I know some people like go ham on it and like good for you.
Like,
Yeah, good for you. But like, I'm out here. I'm totally fine with the top thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to save room.
Yeah.
my desk.
I use the number pads.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly because when
I
you,
do, man.
huh?
I do.
You just mostly it's useful because it's all the numbers are just close
No,
together.
I agree.
Right?
I recognize it's the superior way to
Yeah.
handle numbers.
It is. It is.
But
And
it's just
like
too much room.
with the amount of like 2-factor authentication I have,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I'm constantly using it.
It's not that
It
long.
is. It is.
There you
Although
go.
I definitely had a moment where like, you know, I was like, you know, I should probably start using the number pad on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
old keyboard because it's there. But then I had a moment where I was just like, damn, it's so hard to use them with my left hand. And I was just like doing this and I'm like, oh, maybe I should just take my hand off the mouse and just do this.
Oh, I thought you were.
I was like, oh, why is it not on the left side? It'd be so much easier. But then I was like, oh, I could just let go of the mouse and perhaps just do this.
I thought you were implying that your right hand was like on your dick.
Oh,
or
like
something.
jacking off?
Like you're like jacking off, and you're like, oh, let me put in my credit card details.
While I'm like jacking off while like playing Run. Like just,
Yeah, I mean, if you're like an accountant or something, right? You got to be pressing numbers all day. Then
Sure,
yeah, obviously
sure.
it makes sense. But
like I should
the
be
normal
used
guy
to that
doesn't.
layout as well because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, every calculator is that layout, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why is it so hard for me to use when it's on a keyboard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though on a calculator it's like basically second nature.
Yeah, like
That's weird.
I mean, the reason I like the number pad is because buying a lot of things online, you got to enter your credit card number a lot,
Yeah.
Log into your bank account details.
How much shit are you buying?
Yeah.
where it is like actually beneficial to have that real estate taken up.
Like I don't know what like I just have enough. I feel like I use it a lot because sometimes I need to log into my bank and you know when you're entering purely just numbers and it's not like a password, that's
Yeah.
when the number pad is useful. And like when you're like entering the numbers on the line, it's just like
Marginally useful. I
oh
feel
God,
like
Mr. Optimization. I thought you'd be one of me, man. I thought you'd be
Optimization-
one of me.
Listen, you're trying to optimize two things at once. How fast can you type stuff in, but also the space in your desk, you know?
Right.
I got a lot of like shit on my desk because you know they got like God knows how many. I got
Yeah.
like 2 audio interfaces. I got a bunch of other cables.
I
Other devices.
will admit the aesthetic looks better without the number
Yeah,
pad.
yeah,
It's the aesthetic looks better.
Also,
but
travel's easier. You know, trying to put a number. You can put a key like a what is it? What are they called? They 75% half keyboards. I don't
yeah,
know what they're
75%. Yeah.
75% keyboard. You can put that in the backpack. You can't put a full one in your bag.
that's
It's
true.
too big.
Why would you?
Sometimes you're going somewhere. Maybe you're going to a LAN event or something. Not that I do anymore, but
When was the last time you went to a LAN event?
University.
Yeah. I think like it was like high school for me.
But also, like, you know, what if you don't like the keyboard on your laptop? I get it, because sometimes the laptop keyboards suck, and then you
Yeah.
want to bring one with you if you're going to be like having a remote setup.
Right.
Packing a full-size keyboard in the backpack is a pain in the ass.
I've never,
little things,
I've
little
never
things.
been that
No,
desperate. I've never been like every time I've touched
You don't
the
realize
laptop
how
keyboard.
you don't realize how good having like things smaller and taking up less space is.
Yeah, but
until
like
you
it's
use it.
not like my laptop keyboard isn't so fucking detrimental to me. Where I'm like, I gotta pack another keyboard.
It's
You know,
it's
like
about the ergonomics.
You are
It's the
saying
ergonomics.
that you'd rather pack a keyboard without a number pad than just use the laptop keyboard.
No,
that makes less sense. That makes less
no,
sense.
it doesn't.
that
What
is
if-
the
okay.
opposite of
No,
optimization.
no,
Yeah,
you
that
guys-
is that you're
you guys
taking
are
up
actually-
more space now. You're taking up more space.
If I'm having like a remote setup,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Yeah.
going to a place. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to
Yeah.
be playing games. I don't want to play games on the laptop keyboard.
Yeah, just
It's
bring a
shit.
controller.
Could bring a controller, but some games don't use controller.
Well, then don't play those games.
Okay, well, but Joe, if I want to play these games, Joe, you're just being pedantic now for no reason.
just play a game that you can use a
That-
controller.
I know for a fact I'm not alone. I've seen people do this so many times. People don't want to use the fucking keyboard on the laptop
I'm sure
for
you're
like
not.
8 hours.
I'm sure you're not alone, but it's dumb as
literally
fuck.
There's so many people who do this. This is not weird.
I've never gotten to the point where, okay, I have a remote setup, right? A remote setup is not like your permanent setup, right?
Yeah.
If I really need a keyboard, I just buy like a fucking $5 keyboard or something like that, you know? Like it's
Because then you may as well use the laptop one. You know
yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying?
like
Yeah.
I like if I've really wanted like a remote
Yeah.
remote
I mean,
setup.
It's
but
just
like,
about the ergonomics, you know? Like using a laptop keyboard for hours, like actually fucking hurts your wrists.
Using a keyboard for hours hurts my wrist.
No.
That's
like
why that's why I try and use controller for every
Like a
game.
nice keyboard, you know, good ergonomics doesn't hurt your wrist.
You bring the rest as well. So
Yeah. You got the rest too. Laptops don't have rest. You know, my laptop, it's amazing, right? But I have to like, it's just there's no support or anything. I'm just putting my
I'll
hand
just
on
bring
a
the
thing.
fucking rest then.
I just
I
feel
mean, you gotta
like
put that on like the fucking trackpad and shit.
it's kind of in the way. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I just feel like the entire
Thank God
point.
someone in the office understands this point.
I just think like the whole point of a laptop is to be portable.
No, it is.
Like, and like
but
at that point, you might as well just bring a monitor as well.
If the keyboard fits in the bag, it's portable. You know what I mean? Like, you can't bring the reason why a laptop's portable is because it's not a giant fucking case, not because the keyboard is like on it. That's like one of the reasons. If I'm whipping it out in a cafe, yeah, I'm going to use the laptop keyboard, right? I'm replying to emails. It's not a big deal. If I'm streaming or gaming, I want a fucking keyboard.
But in how, like, if you're at the point where you're bringing a portable setup, right? Like, in which tell me this hypothetical situation where you need to set up an entire stream setup. Because I'll tell you, it's not just a fucking laptop you need to bring. If you're bringing your entire fucking stream setup, how much are you bringing? Like, what are you bringing?
When I went to the UK last time, I brought it with me. You know, you just bring, because if I want to film stuff anyway, I bring a camera anyway. Yeah. The camera has 2 uses. I can film other stuff.
Do you bring lights?
No, I don't bring lights. You don't need lights. You know, you can figure out lighting. It's not a big issue.
Right.
Like, it's just having a good camera, a good mic, and then if you want to play games or shit, you bring a keyboard and a mouse. You're not going to fucking use the trackpad, right?
No, you're not going to use the trackpad.
You're not going to use the trackpad.
Yeah, but a trackpad is like totally different than a mouse, right?
Right. But like, I mean, if you have a 75% keyboard, it's not that big.
But then, like, another thing is, like, are you still gaming on the laptop, or do you have like a monitor that you're using as well?
On the laptop's fine. The screen I have on my laptop's pretty good.
Well, that's not very ergonomic, is it?
What do you mean? Of course it is. It's like a full.
like this.
No, dude, my desk's over there. My other keyboard's here. This one's there. It's further away because I have more room now because the keyboard's not attached to the thing, so I can place the screen where I want it to. So it is ergonomic.
Is it me or does this just sound very pretentious?
No, this is not. This is if I want to do a fucking setup.
If you want to go portability, why not go for a 50% keyboard then? Or
50%?
Or 25.
Or a 30,
I don't even know what a
30%.
50%. What is a 50%? How can you remove less?
There is. What
would
you
you
would be
remove?
surprised. You would be surprised.
What are we removing?
Smaller keys.
Well, no, I want to be able to press it. I already have fat fingers, dude. I need to like.
Why don't you just invent a keyboard which is just the space bar and the arrow keys?
I don't know who uses the arrow keys.
Yeah.
Well, if you're playing games on a keyboard.
WASD. Dude.
Okay, or WASD.
But then I
whichever.
I want all the letters. You know, I got to fucking type.
Yeah, use the fucking laptop typing.
The thing with 50% keyboards, you don't have the numbers on top.
Yeah. In gaming, you need the numbers.
Yeah, you need the numbers.
Like, it is really not that hard to bring a 75% keyboard in your bag or in your suitcase.
It's also not hard to just bring a fucking controller.
It's like half of a pizza box. You know what I mean? It's like not even. It's tiny. It doesn't take up room, and your clothes are the padding. This isn't hard. Why is this so crazy to you? It's like I'm bringing a fucking like pet dog in my bag. Why is this so unbelievable?
Because it's just like. At that point where you're bringing a streaming setup, a number pad is not that much more surface area. Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that's just unnecessary. Like in general, like in any keyboard setup,
just put the fucking keyboard in your like check-in.
Well, technically, if you get a 50% keyboard, you're removing unnecessary keys, right? You know, that's the entire.
No, it's not.
Like
75% is like the perfect key
It's called a preference, Connor. It's called a preference. Okay.
Okay. No, I would argue, right? The reason why 75% is no different from the 100% because you don't lose anything, right? You just have numbers twice. I don't need numbers twice. I just need numbers once. This is not. Why is this like you're saying? Like removing the second numpad is not equal to being like get rid of half of the alphabet. This is not the fucking same at all. Why? I can't believe this is an argument you're making.
Imagine in a hotel, you're stuck for a week.
Yeah.
You want the TV screen to be your second monitor.
Yeah.
You leave your laptop there, and you can sit at your bed with your wireless 75%.
Yeah. Every hotel, every Airbnb has a TV.
I do not pack a keyboard wherever I go.
No.
That's fine. But why are you clowning on me? This is not like a clown thing to do. This is a normal thing.
It just sounds incredibly pretentious and tedious to me.
How is it pretentious? What? Because I want to
Let me just get my 75% keyboard
because
everyone works differently. You know? Like I can't go to a Starbucks and work. Like that's not. I'd be like, why is it so pretentious, Gone? You have to go to a Starbucks to type. You know what I mean? Like just work from home.
Specifically a Starbucks.
Like I don't see how this is pretentious. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
No. It's the way that you're framing it as like this is the superior way to type. This is the only keyboard that works.
I did not say this.
Number pads, irrelevant, unnecessary.
Yeah, they are necessary.
Number pads fell off.
All I'm saying is you have your preference. I like using the number pad because I use it enough functionally for me to be able to justify that it is a convenience convenience for me. All right.
Right, but
I like
how
the
did this
number
get to me being clowned on for bringing keyboards on the laptop? How did this get?
Trash taste, baby.
That's not the reason you were clowning on me, Gant. The reason you were trying to clown on me is because I brought keyboard places.
Because it's funny. That's why.
It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. I'm just like there's. I understand it's a preference, you know.
Yeah.
I understand it is a preference that you want to bring your keyboard.
Have you never thought, like, when you're like trying to play games, you're like, why are my hands so fucking close to the screen?
No, because here's the thing, like I don't really. I'm not a gamer.
Yeah,
you know?
you have to understand. We're not gamers.
Okay,
we're not gamers like you.
Right. So why don't you just say that in the first place instead of pretending like you were?
I never pretended like I was.
Because
I told you what I'm using the keyboard for, and then you're like, no, that doesn't exist.
Well, you're streaming,
no
right?
one plays games.
I also have a portable streaming setup, but I just don't need a keyboard.
I don't think to myself, I can't game without this.
I am a Karthus main in League of Legends. I have a 1% keyboard. It's the R key. That's it. Okay, that's like yeah.
I like if I need to game while I'm out and about, I just bring a fucking controller and just play games that use a controller.
Yeah, but like, what if someone's like, "Oh, you've arranged a game with someone. The game doesn't have controller."
Then I'll use the keyboard. I'm not going to fucking have a hissy fit over and be like, oh, where's my 75%?
I wouldn't have a hissy fit. I would have brought it fucking with me. So there wouldn't have been a hissy fit.
What if you didn't?
I always bring it with me. No, it's not happening. And
That's just a waste of space.
It's not a waste of space. It's thin. It's small. How is a keyboard a waste of space? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the dumbest fucking argument. I just feel like you guys are just being pedantic.
Yeah, because it's funny.
I mean, I feel like the argument is: are you a gamer or are you not a gamer? You know,
yeah.
But even
you are
if
100% gamer.
Even
we
if
are
I was
only
doing work. You know, I want to write a lot of emails and stuff to the point of like if I'm doing a lot of work. You know, I'm typing for a few hours. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring my own. It's because like for me, it's like I will be so much less efficient using the laptop one because I just won't be comfortable.
No, I mean okay. That is just purely just you looking for any like I don't know like.
No.
Because I'm the scripter here. I actually write more than you, Connor.
Yeah,
I actually write more than you.
That's just saying like because you work one way, everyone must work the same way, and you've so if someone writes a lot, they're the ones that we should ask like, oh, okay, tell me about keyboard ergonomics and how well. Like, no, that's not how it fucking works.
Are you saying that you can't write as efficiently if you don't have the right keyboard and everything? How did you function? How did you function before like the 75% keyboards got popularized? You know,
because I'm not doing wingdings. I'm not writing with a fucking number pad, Gant. What you want? This has nothing to do with the 75% now. What are you talking about? Now we're talking about the difference between laptop and keyboards.
Yeah, I am. I'm just like if.
Also, you know your laptop doesn't have a number pad, right?
Yeah, I know. It is. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it doesn't have like a number pad.
Number pad.
I just bring like a portable number pad. No, I don't.
He brings a 5% keyboard. That's just the number pad.
Listen. How you work is like totally up to you, right? If you are a person who gets really agitated by a certain way and that's just like that bugs you, I think that's up to you. Could you just knuckle down sometimes and get on with it? Yeah, you can. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's if you're doing something creative and it's something that you're your own boss with, you're probably gonna work as much as you want.
Yeah.
And sometimes comfort is a factor in that. And for me, that's what I need.
Yeah, but you're gaming.
If I am working though as well, it's the same thing. I just don't want to use it.
Right.
Anyway.
I don't even know how we got onto this.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
That was the most long-winded, dumbass argument we've ever had on Trash Taste. Like.
I just felt like I explained a very valid point, and then I got jumped on it.
I don't know. I don't know what you were explaining exactly. I don't even know.
I don't even know who you are.
But it is totally a reasonable behavior to not want to use the laptop thing.
Because like maybe it's because I don't have a custom keyboard yet, but like I don't fully understand.
I don't take my main keyboard. I take some like $50 one that's
I take my side bitch keyboard.
I just need one that's further away and that I can set up to be more like.
Wait, so you don't even take your good optimized custom keyboard?
Not like the super expensive one, no. I just take like one that I
So you have several keyboards?
Yeah. I learned my lesson because when my keyboard broke one time, I couldn't do any work or couldn't stream or anything.
Right.
And I was fucked. And I was like, well, this seems dumb. So now I have a spare keyboard.
Yeah, because like
It's a good idea
That's
if your entire job revolves around doing being able to use this one device.
Yeah.
You should probably have backups of everything that could possibly break.
That's fair enough, but I don't think I've ever broken a keyboard before.
I didn't break it.
Keyboards
They
break
sometimes.
all the
okay.
time.
Right.
Unfortunately,
You know, maybe you've had a key that was acting up, that was pissing you off, or maybe it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Keyboards are like fucking frail things.
Yeah, because to me, like
Mouses break all the time. I got like 3 backup mouses.
Yeah, because like maybe like this comes down to the conversation. Like me in tech, like even though I'm an engineer, I just need a job to be done. You know what I mean? I don't really care about aesthetics or like stuff too much. I just like.
It's not aesthetics. I don't care about that.
You don't. Well,
it's just about like just preference of like how I like it to work.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because like for example, like headphones. For example, I literally don't like my preference with headphones is to buy like the cheapest headphones I can possibly, right?
Oh, I'm the opposite with headphones.
Yeah. Because I know people are like really
You're talking about
anal.
headphones, you're talking about in-ear, right?
In-ear.
Yeah, you don't use headphones, right?
I don't use
like
headphones.
clamshell headphones, you mean?
Those are headphones, right?
Yeah.
They're earphones.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Earphones.
earphones.
Yeah.
I only use earphones for like running.
Yeah.
I prefer to use headphones every other time.
I don't like, to me, like headphones, I don't know why. I think it might be because I have like jaw problems or something. Like if I wear headphones for too long, it just like really starts to put pressure on my jaw and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, with earphones and like, not this is going above tech, but like there are certain things like earphones, sunglasses, where I try to buy the cheapest possible because I've gone through too many. Or, you know, like just sometimes you buy like I remember buying like
Well, like at the end of every day, you're like, crack. All right, next one.
No, yeah, because like sometimes I misplace them, or sometimes, but especially with sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to misplace sunglasses, especially because you wear them out, and sometimes you don't always have your case on you, or sometimes you take them
don't
off.
have a bag or anything,
You take
right?
them off.
Yeah.
You like clip them on your shirt, and they just fall off sometimes. Like I've had that happen too many times, and with earphones, sometimes sometimes you misplace them, or you like forget that they're in your jean pockets or something.
So the headphones kind of make you uncomfortable because they like put pressure on your head.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for me on the keyboard and the wrist though. It just hurts my wrist if I have to use that flat thing for ages.
Right.
Because your wrist is like, why? Why are we doing this? Also, I'm like paranoid about getting any wrist injuries or
carpal
repetitive.
tunnel and stuff.
Yeah, because I want to game.
Well, you game way more than that.
Yeah, so
That's legitimate concern for you, isn't it?
I'm very cautious about like wrist injuries. So I want the most ergonomic setup.
Why
all
don't you
the
get
time.
like those like wrist guard things then? That I've seen a couple of streamers.
I mean that's
Like-
not, they normally have that on when it's too late and they've already like done.
Oh well, no.
damage
So
to
I
it.
know some people who have it on like to actually just prevent it
I
from
mean,
happening to
if
begin
you have
with,
a good setup, you shouldn't need that.
Yeah.
Right, but even people with good setups can sometimes game a little too hard.
Yeah.
But like headphones, like for me, it's like I can't have the in-ear ones because every single in-ear headphones for some reason wants to like excavate your ear and get really in there.
Yeah.
And then that hurts the shit out of my ears. So I can't use those.
It's probably because you don't have like the right size buds, right?
Yeah, I have one that comes with a bunch of replaceable ones.
Yeah.
But even then, like AirPods, unironically, are the ones that I like the most because they don't really go in your ear much.
Yeah, they kind of like sit on top of it.
That's what I like the most, but I don't use Apple, so I don't have them. And that's why I use like the over-ear ones. Also, the sound's way nicer.
I only use the over-ear ones if it's like in the winter because it also like keeps my head warm. But like in the summer here, especially, I'm just like, nope, headphones, go away.
I should always use them.
Yeah, I do. Like, I've seen you like walking in like the Japanese summer with headphones on. I'm like, bruh, that looks
That
painful.
is dedication.
Yeah, that's dedication.
That's just how I like
Dedications.
listening. That's the comfort.
I mean, your headphones have taken a fucking beating. It's like I remember seeing it.
It's like falling apart.
It's like falling apart, man. Like holy
I'm
shit.
like, dude, buy some new headphones, dude.
Well, it's because I'm waiting for right now I'm using the Sony WX 1003, the worst naming system of all time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? Sort it out.
String of numbers and letters.
And then like the next one, the 4s, there isn't really a significant upgrade.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the 5s, when they ever come out, which I don't even know if they will, are like
Yeah.
a decent upgrade. So I'm kind of in that weird spot where it's like they're like broken and they're not working properly.
Yeah.
But like because they're like $300 headphones.
Yeah.
I want them to last like 5 years.
yeah,
plus.
of course.
So if I buy the 4s now and then the 5s come out and they're like the best upgrade and you can hear God through them,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really pissed off that I bought these 4s.
Yeah.
And I just didn't wait a few months extra. But I don't even know if it's coming out. I don't even know they haven't even announced it or anything. So I'm just waiting. kind of hoping.
You're waiting for something you don't
It works,
know
yes.
is gonna come out.
The
Yeah.
one side is completely broken, so it keeps falling out.
Yeah.
But,
Duct tape that shit.
I thought about it.